I don't really want to work for anyone.
Choose Bitcoin and hustle.
To make $200 a day, that's good money.
Absolutely.
Bad boys.
Bad boys.
Same time I did that, I have this like Sensi thing back here. It's just like puffing smoke. It's just like bad boys. It's like. What's going on, everybody? I'm my flipping life. If you don't know that, now you know. Welcome to another episode of the Bad Boys of Reselling. And I have the usual suspects, Cubanaso and Fatman The Flipper. Say what's up, fellas.
What up, everybody? I'm Oscar at Cubanaso, bad boy of reselling. I'm a reseller. I sell part-time. I sell on eBay. I sell on Amazon. I sell on Mercari, local marketplaces, and I enjoy long walks on the beach and cuddling.
My name is Alex. I'm Fatman The Flipper. I'm your friendly neighborhood fat man. And I'm super excited, man. Another beautiful night, Saturday. Beautiful things are happening. And I'm just happy that we're all here together, putting the unity in community.
My wife just texted me and she's like, you should have went to TJ Maxx today. I guess there was literally aisles and aisles of clearance. House, clothes, and shoes.
Yeah, there was.
Well, which one of those three is the one that calls your attention the most?
Shoes.
That's a good question.
100%.
How much of those were on clearance though? She was like, you want to go to TJ Maxx? I'm like, no, dude, I need to pay that credit card down. I don't want to go there. I'm in the process of paying it down. I don't want to make it more.
I've been seeing all day, because when you have like an account with some of these retail stores, you're going to receive their emails.
Yeah.
And I've been receiving emails from Burlington Coat Factory, TJ Maxx, like all of these places, Target, Walmart, all about clearances, bro. But Walmart's been open and Target's been open. But here in Miami, the Burlington Coat Factory has been closed. I mean, we all know Goodwills have been closed. I went out today to see just in case because I checked online. Goodwill, it's showing Goodwill it was open, but I went over there and it was closed. But I'm seeing discounts, clearance discounts from anywhere from 40 to 60% off.
Yeah, that's what I saw the other day. Well, actually, I messaged you guys earlier about Burlington being 50% off. So Burlington, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and what's the other one? Ross. They're all owned by the same people. So I figured that if one's doing it, the other one's got to be doing it. So I don't know. Apparently, I'm going to have to go.
Hey, can we say what's up to some people?
Hey, how about you say what's up to some people backstage?
Hold on, I got a good idea. How about we say what's up to some people?
Let's say what's up to some people.
Say what's up to some people.
Right.
We're going to bring in a special guest.
Let's have it
your
channel.
So we say what's up to some people and then say what's up to the people in the back?
Yeah, let's do that.
You're complicated.
So we're going from front to back.
Front to back.
So going from front to back.
Yo, where's this show going? I'd say that's the first time. It's all downhill from here, bro.
All right, look, I'm gonna start off with let me go back up because there was a few people here early. Lisa Liquidations, Landshark Picker, Money from Mars, Nevermore Antiques, Every Day I'm Hustling, Denise, Chrissy's Reef, Amish, Douglas, Pete Mancuso. She Sells by Sue says that she needs a beach. I don't blame her. My mom was in the jacuzzi earlier. Sometimes all you need is a jacuzzi. We got Thrifting Goomba Mike. What's up, man? The Shamrock Pixie. The bearded picker himself is in the chat. Flippin' Particles D. What's up? And there was other people, but if I miss y'all, you know we love you. You know we love you. So do we say what's up to the people in the back?
Absolutely.
All right, let's say what's up to the people in the back. 3, 2,
Who could it
1.
be?
Who could it be? And there it is.
Oh,
Yo,
What up? What up?
what's up?
Yeah, I got the message. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be home at 8:00.
don't worry.
The only good thing is freaking Walmart closes at 8:30, so you get home a lot earlier now.
So you've been at Walmart, haven't you?
Yeah, today's been so Harlan and I did yard sales, and then I was gonna do some RA. I got home, I made some lunch or second breakfast, and damn, I fell asleep. Old guys never sit in the recliner when they get home and they're already sleeping. So yeah, so I spent 4 hours, and I got a call from my buddy Dan. He's like, dude, all this stuff's in your area. You need to go get it. So I jumped in the van. I've been going for like the last 5 hours.
We don't have any yard sales going on here yet.
We did 9 yesterday and probably about 9 again today. They were okay. We both picked up a few things here or there, but not a ton.
I hit up one yesterday. I got lucky. I was meeting up somebody with a Facebook Marketplace deal on an N64, some games and stuff like that, which I'll be auctioning off next week. And then on the way there, I had to go drop off stuff at FedEx, but on the way there, I see like 2 garage sale type deals, one on the left, one on the right. And so I meet up the dude. I walked inside Family Dollar to do a little sourcing real quick because that's where I met him at. I told him, hey, can you meet me at Family Dollar? He's like, yeah. So I go in Family Dollar, found nothing, come back out 2 minutes later and go and hit it up. And I went live on Instagram. It was pretty cool. Found a vintage crock pot. Y'all know that the lids sell, just the little tops. Those things sell. The knobs, all that stuff sells. Found a basket full of Nerf guns and a printer.
Man, any video game systems are crazy. So first yard sale this morning, it said it was an estate sale and it was right by Harlan's house. He's like, I saw this. Let's go by there first. And there was a plastic tub, had 2 PS2s in it. They were the fat ones, and they had like a couple of controllers, 3 games, and a power and video. And I asked the guy how much for them because I looked them up and I'm like, a PS2 fat is going for $120 the system. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he said, how about $10? I'm like, well, as you can't get the money out your pocket fast enough, $10. Yeah, Harlan got the same guy. There was a Hello Kitty, the little ride-in cars, the little battery operated car, still in the box, never open. And he asked the guy, so how much is the Hello Kitty car? He's like, that thing's brand new. It's never been opened. We bought it for the grandkids, and she never had any interest in it. How about $20? So we both did pretty good at the very first yard sale.
Nice. So it was the first one y'all had this season?
No, we went last weekend too.
Oh, okay.
And yesterday.
I ain't had nothing. It's been dry.
Yeah, but I think we're a couple weeks ahead of you guys as opening up. We're real close to phase 2.
You were like a few weeks behind closing too.
Because the faster it heats up today, it was in the low 80s, but the humidity and everything, it made it feel much hotter. I'm just going to slow this thing down even more. So turn the summer loose. Let's go.
Oh,
The one thing I tell people over and over is, man, look for your supply. Look for things to improve your business at a yard sale. Picked up a camera. It's a couple years old, but it's a Nikon. It's a Nikon 1J1. It's the mirrorless with the removable lens. I had to pay $50 for it, but it was in the box. I don't think I ever used it more than like one time. Everything with it was still wrapped up except for the lens, the battery, and the camera. So it's a super nice camera, but I'm gonna sell it. But you can really up your game if you not only source at yard sales, but help your business out.
I was thinking about having a yard sale tomorrow because earlier today I was getting rid of a bunch of stuff in the garage and making a trip to Goodwill and get rid of make some space. And I'm here. My thought is, Miami, pretty much still closed. Be the first one with the yard sale, and then I just want to get rid of everything, so everything's $1.
But doesn't South Florida start opening up this week though?
Yeah, the 18th. That's why tomorrow's the 17th. So
Yeah.
Supposedly on Monday we're gonna start to see a lot of the regular retail stores that weren't open before start to open up, but it's gonna be a slow process. Still not opening. 100%. A lot of other businesses are still gonna remain closed, but we're finally gonna open, which for me I think it's been long overdue.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there was good news on the. Everybody's concerned about price gouging and how it's going to affect eBay and Amazon. I had a lawyer, Paul Ralphson. He's in Florida and he is currently suing California for the crazy mess they've done with back taxes. Big John got caught up in that, and they were suing the state of Kentucky for the state of Kentucky. The AG sent out letters to all Amazon sellers that sold masks and wanting all this information. And price gouging across different states is unconstitutional. And so they were trying to get a TRO, and the judge denied the TRO. But most of the time you say, damn, he denied that. That's a bad thing. But that was actually a good thing because he said that so many people's constitutional rights were most likely being violated that not only did he was not going to issue the TRO, he wanted the state of Kentucky's AG in his courtroom this coming Thursday. So he did this Thursday. He gave them a week. He said, y'all are going to present papers and do this by Tuesday, and I'm going to hear this case on Thursday. He was so serious about this. The merits of the case are so strong. So hopefully we'll have some answers about all this crazy price gouging threats that we keep living under.
I'm sorry, but this is the best comment I've read all night.
Phase open up Monday.
Yeah, we went and ate wings the very first night. We got restaurants back. Me, Joni, Harlan, and his 2 kids. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, mine said to hell with it a couple weeks ago and said they're opening. It's our constitutional right. Your choice, dine in or carry out. And they have been packed ever since. It's awesome.
And I think there was another one down in Texas that, they actually sent a tank out and had the SWAT team, arrest the owner down in Texas. Because
that was a hair salon.
No, it was a bar.
A bar too?
Yeah.
It was a hair salon that did the
Yeah, I
same
heard about that one.
Yeah, they had like one of those riot tanks out front, and they arrested the owner and a couple of the employees because she went against the governor's orders and opened up her bar anyways.
Crazy.
Yeah, none of that
got thrown out.
gonna hold.
That got thrown
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's what the local sheriffs came out here and stopped over at this restaurant, and they're like, "There's nothing we can do. You're not in the wrong. You're not doing anything illegal."
Yeah, the state of Ohio, it's amazing how many sheriffs are now coming out and saying they're not enforcing any of that.
Yeah, that is the only thing that I'm like, thank God. Like,
I also saw
this whole time, like my state has been pretty legit on a lot of stuff. Some stuff's been kind of but so far we've been holding strong.
So are sales still good for you guys?
Yeah, doing great. Still, it's like my peak throughout this whole thing was a couple weeks ago, but it's still consistent. A lot of packages, a lot of sales coming in, still consistently. I did notice though yesterday kind of a dip, but for the simple fact that this past week I didn't do as much sourcing as the other past 6 weeks. So,
right.
Yeah, that's been the big problem for me too. Is it sells so damn fast? You can't buy enough and ship enough. It's a good problem. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, but it's if your sales are down, it's only because when do I find time to list it? Because I'm shipping.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
On average, like on a Sunday, before you got to ship out all the weekend packages on Monday. I mean, I spent 4 to 6 hours, just packing and shipping, orders. I filled up in one case. I had one SUV, and this is me not bragging, but I had to fill up two SUVs. My items that were huge items. Had to do Franken boxes, to box up the items, and then I had to fill up my SUV because I work Monday through Friday 9 to 5, right? So I have that 1 hour window to take stuff to the USPS and to FedEx. And so I needed to prepare everything and then have everything packed inside the two SUVs so I could take one SUV to USPS and then come back because I wasn't going to have time to reload it and then still make it before 6 to FedEx. So I just took the first one, came back, and then switched cars, and so that I can make up those packages go out on time.
So I'm going to tell one of y'all's secrets. So the one, I don't know if your audience is aware or not, but you three guys communicate very well and share what you're buying and selling. And we have the same chat with the morning show. And so after the show's over, we spend 15, 20 minutes talking about what we're doing. I'm telling you, find some people you can trust. Find people that, they don't even, Sue and I are relatively close, 3 hours. I mean, I go to Atlanta every now and then, but, she's got that whole big city. And there's so much out there. You can have 2 or 3 people. You're amazed. My buddy Dan lives up north, and, we exchange him. I talk to him every day. It's amazing when you team up and multiply the ability to find items. The work, because it's tough out there being by yourself, scanning and doing. I see a lot of people reaching out to me. How do you find things and that kind of stuff this week? And the secret to it is you need 4 or 5 people in a group that you truly trust. You'll be amazed. Their work ethic needs to be like yours. They need to contribute like you do. And you'll be amazed the success you can have.
That's 100% facts, man. Let me tell you something. Teamwork makes a dream work, straight up. If it wasn't for these 2 guys right here, you know what I'm saying, my life wouldn't have changed. Straight up. And it's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. And the fact that we do work together and we push each other, we motivate each other, even when things are bad, man. Even sometimes things don't go our way, and we help each other through it. And that's something that definitely, everybody that's in the chat, if you don't have that close little tight group of people that you can, work with, you're missing out. You need to find yourself somebody that you can work with, that you guys vibe and you want to see each other excel, and and trust me, find that. That's essential.
And the attitude of the people is if you mesh with them very well, you'll know you got the right people when they care as much about you succeeding as you care about, because the things you tell them and help them are, it's amazing. Because my buddy Dan last year when we met, it was through the Patreon thing, and I've got 3 or 4 people that I still talk to who did the upper level, so they had my phone number and we talked a lot. And Dan's like, I'm gonna learn this and I'm gonna prove my mettle, and nobody's gonna outwork me, and we're gonna kill this together. I'm like, yeah, right. I've heard that before. And dude came through. I mean, he is absolutely solid. Steve and Sue have been on the show. I've talked to them tons. Big John doesn't do the RA, but it's nice to have somebody that you can talk to that's above your level, who sells more sales, has had different problems, so that as you run into problems, you got somebody to say, how did you handle this? At least it gives you direction. You don't have to agree with how they handled it, but it gives you some direction on how to attack a problem. And I always have somebody just a little lower. I can't tell you the satisfaction in your life and how much positive energy you get with helping someone develop into their potential. I mean, that is crazy positive and really affirms what you do, is when you help others as they're helping you. It's truly amazing.
You said that, and I remembered something. We were having a conversation. I was in front of Walmart, going into Walmart looking for something, and then I'm on Messenger with these 2 guys, and I tell them, it's like, for our show, we need to give more value to our viewers, to our subscribers, right? How do we do that? I mean, obviously we're putting in the show, we're giving out good information, we're engaged with them, but how do we give out more value, right, to our show, right? And then it had me thinking, and then we definitely have a couple plans. We have a couple projects. I mean, I'm working on one project that I think is going to bring value to this. And it goes a lot with what you said about, finding people that you're close with,
I'm going to tell you right now, Pat Dees is in the chat, and I saw that he posted an Instagram post a few weeks ago about tremendous sales he had in the month of April. And I saw that, the first thing, I don't know how other people took it, but I'm like, holy crap, that dude has fought through some shit. He's not been dealt a great hand in the last few years, but you don't hear him complain. He's out there working to make life better for his family. And when he had that kind of success, man, I was truly blown away. The happiness for that fella. And that's,
he's been kicking ass and taking names, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. And it's awesome to see somebody that, has overcome the things that, like Pat Dees has overcome, finally, without quitting and without giving up, just continue to take at least one step forward, finally achieve something that, maybe they themselves didn't expect it to happen at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And it just happened.
I mean, when you hear this fella telling it, he can tell you the same damn story. I mean, I'm impressed with what you fought through. You'll say yourself, you made a lot of bad, dumb decisions, but man, have you righted the ship and are such a positive person, have a positive effect on people, man. Alex, I'd say the same thing about you, man. Every time I see you succeeding, man, I don't reach out and tell you every time, but man, it thrills me to no end to see you doing well.
That means a lot, man. At first, I didn't know you were talking about me, and then you said my name, and I'm like, oh, he's talking about me.
Yeah, man. On that very first show, you talked about the struggles you had, and then you pulled yourself up, and now you're a positive influence on people, and you're blazing a trail. Your life is straightening out. I mean, it is truly outstanding.
Yeah, man, and I actually had somebody because I've been doing things on Instagram, which I messed up. Yeah. And I didn't go live yesterday, but I've been, trying to practice spiritual principles and read them to people, And somebody actually contacted me yesterday, this morning. They woke me up. Looking for help, man, and I did my best to help them. So, the rest is in God's hands, but I'm still there, But it was amazing that actually happened, because it just, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I did it, and something positive came out of it.
Yeah, I think the best thing you guys can do to help your viewers and to help people who come along with you guys is to, you can give out bolos and that kind of stuff, but that's just a temporary fix.
Right.
It needs to be information and positive energy and the things that truly help inspire people, because it's the old adage, you can give them a fish to eat for a day, teach them to fish. It's that whole adage, and it's I'm the older guy now. It just turned 51. I'm the older guy, the older statesman. You young cats, but it's truly the wisdom in a lot of these. You hear a lot of stuff growing up here, going, whatever. There's a lot of wisdom in a lot of the life people who have been through a lot of things.
Yeah, it's, and something that you said was interesting also. It's like you seeing somebody, grow and, bring them up to a certain level by helping them, kind of with this, what you just said about, giving a person a fish, fish being a bolo, or teaching them how to fish, showing how to resell, showing them how to set up their business, how to save money, with shipping and all of these, skills that, that I've learned over the past year or so, just seeing somebody, I think that's one of the things that came across my head. Because
what is he doing?
I can't.
Is it Vogue time? Like Vogue.
Alex. I'm pointing to Alex, but it's not going that way.
Oh,
but there's that's the reward in itself, right? Kind of similar to what Alex said. That he put his story, he put his message out there, and it actually had somebody reach out to him, seeking help, and if he's able to help that person, the same way that maybe the Bad Boys of Reselling are able to help other people, build up their business, scale their business, and learn something, that's a reward in itself, and that's a reward more than money can buy. But here's the thing is that I think, there's a lot of people that, will maybe help people, you know, and then it's fine if they, you know, if they decide to charge for their course because that's their time, you know. I mean, that's fine, bro. That's not something that I personally, you know, would do, you know, for somebody, you know, that's just seeking basic skills, right? Of course, more advanced things like that, you know, I understand, but you know, that reward, you know, has no the reward that I would receive by seeing somebody succeed, like, you can't put a price tag on that. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. I don't know if you guys understand me.
I understand it.
You can't put a price tag on that reward.
And everybody knows the A behind me. I went to Alabama, and Saban's our coach, and he's accomplished everything that you can do in college football. And they ask him about once a year. They ask him what keeps driving you, what keeps you motivated, and he tells them the same answer every time. It's the chance to affect young men's lives. He said that they come in at 18 and they're a lot of times they've grown up in different environments, you know, and it's a chance to be a mentor, to teach, to help, to set them on a path, a positive path for their lives is so rewarding. And I believe by doing this now, I believe it when he says that. He's 100% correct. That what, you know, at 67, or I think he's 67, you know, 5-6 national championships. I mean, he could walk away right now and be considered one of the top 2 greatest. But
That's awesome.
he's still freaking at it because there's another set of young men coming into his program that he has a chance to influence. And doing this and YouTube has truly taught me that there is a lot of value and there's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that everybody has a story, everybody has experience, and in something. Some people are struggling with things, but there's things that they've overcome themselves. Everybody has a struggle. I think what makes us great is when we're able to share our experiences with people, and it could affect their life in a positive way. You know, could open their eyes up to something.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody has a story, but everybody relates to other people in a different way. You know, there are people that one of the 4 of us would reach that are completely different because of our personalities, our experience. And so never discount, even everybody in the chat, never discount your own personal experience. Even as a new person, if you're a new person reselling, you have value in your story to what you got you here. And don't sell yourself short. You know, it's a lot of things like, you know, we've seen a lot of value in labor right now. You know, any labor is good labor. And you know, what have the truck drivers done for us the last 6-8 weeks? You know, when all the professionals have been put on the sidelines for whether you believe it's good or not. You know, the blue collar folks, the people, the tradesmen, they have really busted their ass for this country and to keep us going. And a lot of that's the same way with resellers. It doesn't matter that you're new or not, you still have that's why it really helps. If you get a lot of new questions of newer people, you know, you can either take that as a blessing because it allows you to reinforce to yourself what you do and helping another person instead of saying, I can't believe somebody asked that question again.
Yeah, there's people that have you know, that kind of character, you know, where they lack a little bit of humility, maybe, you know what I'm saying, where it's like at one point you were in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? At one point you too had that question. Maybe you figured it out on your own. Maybe somebody else showed you, but at one point you didn't know either, you know. And it's sad, but there's people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, what I've really taught myself, fulfilled by merchant here, you know, to be able to switch business plans and to really focus on something that's completely different. It's changed the way I look at how I'm moving forward. I'm still going to use FBA. You know, now that FBA is finally catching up, you know, they're finally getting out of the backlogs. You know, people ask, when are you going to send stuff in? Shortly. You know, I'm making plans to try to divide my week from FBM to FBA. But it's, you know, so I was new at learning all this, you know. And one of the guys who who I met through the mentoring program. Really good with computers and the back of the house stuff. And I was telling him, I was on the phone with him, and he asked me something, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm printing out these stupid invoices to put in the packages for." He's like, "You know, you can bulk print them." I'm like, "You can do what?" I'm like, "I never mess with it. I just do what I do because that's." And he's like, "You do this, and I had somebody, and he's the same one as you know, you can print a scan sheet out." I'm like, "A scan sheet on Amazon? Are you serious?" And that was life changing for my postman, because when I'm dropping 100 and some, he's got one scan and it checks them all in. It also helps your metrics. So helping him do his job is helping your numbers on your side. And Jacob he's a newer seller, but he's a positive guy. Jacob King is the one I'm talking about. He's the one who's very good with computers and figures out a lot of the processes. I'm like, my weakness and his strength. So.
Yeah, my post people, I call them post people because that's the word that came out of my mouth. My post people, I was showing up with, crazy amounts of packages, and at first they're like, whoa, and they're getting to know me in that sense of like, because it's one thing to show up once, but then to show up every day. After the second day, they're like, you could just pull up to the back. So I started pulling up to the back, and after a week, the lady tells me, there's like a thing you could print out and it's got one barcode. I had no idea. I didn't know it existed. It was a brand new thing to me, and I've been reselling for almost 2 years, So they brought my attention to it, and then that's where I was like, okay, I'm gonna find out, because I'm the type of person, I ask for help. I have that humility where I'm gonna ask for help, but I'm gonna try to figure it out first, because I know that I'm gonna learn the best by making my own mistakes. So by clicking, by going here, putting in search, and that's if it's something that I don't need right away. Because if it's something I need right away, I just call Oscar. He's my financial advisor.
I'm the Jacob. I'm the Jacob of the Bad Boys of Reselling.
Like, hey sir, are you busy? And he's like, no, what's up? I'm like, I don't know how to work this computer, bro. I need to delete everything. He's like, what do you mean delete everything? I just want everything gone, but you can't delete. And it's like a thing. And I call him at least once a day, bothering him with stuff.
Nah, it's no bother, you know what I mean? And it goes back to having people that you trust. Like, we pretty much we're it's like we're working together, you know what I mean? Sometimes we chase the same things. We're all growing together, and we have been for a little bit over a year, and it's great.
And I wanted to say this because I just saw Darlene Priest show up in the chat, and I'm gonna say this on live right now. So when I had hit, was it for my birthday or was it when I had hit 1,000 subscribers? It was for my birthday. My birthday was it my birthday? I don't remember, man. But I had made a promise where I was gonna make these little shadow boxes and give them to 5 winners, and I still haven't sent that out, man. It's been so long that I don't even remember how long it's been, but I haven't forgotten. But it's something that I haven't done. So, Darlene, I got you.
I know, Alex, and the reason why he's saying this on the live is to hold himself accountable.
Yes, and also, it's just the truth. I like to be honest, man. And but I haven't forgotten y'all, and I will be sending that stuff out if y'all still want it. I've also been thinking, every time I think about it, I'm like, I need to write like a big old letter, big old apology letter. But anyway, I just want to mention that, Darlene, I got you.
Yeah, I think people discount their story because you never know how you can touch someone, because last year was not a great year because Johnny. It was a great year that she beat breast cancer, but financially, it took its toll getting through it, and not selling as much. And now all of a sudden, to be able to pay my way back out of it, I've been talking a lot about getting rid of some personal debt. I'm almost to the end of it, and with uncertain times, strikes a chord with people. You can't depend on others. You know, get rid of that baggage on you right now while reselling is good and the money is good. Prepare for the future. You never know what's going to happen around the corner, whether the next year is the bad year or the good year or whatever it's going to take. So put yourself in the best financial position possible. Make it easier on yourself.
Yeah, everything needs to be like it has to be a setup. Like set yourself up for what's next. If anybody gets any sort of success in anything or a sudden success or whatever, definitely take that as an advantage, as an opportunity to prepare, to level up, to set yourself up for the next year or whatever, so that things are a little bit smoother. Or maybe you want to switch something, change something, take advantage of that opportunity and do something and dedicate yourself to it and just do it. And don't be afraid to do it. That's key. Everybody gets afraid of doing stuff, man. That's the one thing that is stopping so many people from achieving the things they want to achieve.
Absolutely. You know that the majority of excellent business ideas, they have one flaw: they're never executed. Sometimes people have a lot of problem with that part. They can even make up a fantastic business plan, an excellent marketing plan, but then never execute it because of fear, because of their doubts, and they never end up executing it.
To build off of that, what you said, Alex, also like with my main Instagram account, I just woke that up after it's been 11 months since I've posted on that account, and I posted a Triumph motorcycle tank that I painted the other day, and I haven't posted any paint work, anything. Literally, the last picture I posted was my daughter, like basically after we brought her back home, and that was the last photo I posted. And I posted that, and I've got 3 podcasts lined up that people want to like have podcast shows with me, due to paint work and being in the industry. And I was telling these guys, is like that right there to me means more than like a lot of, you know what I mean? Like it's worth its weight in gold to me, because I've went AWOL for a year on Instagram and in the paint game, and I made one post, and now all of a sudden I have all these people that want to have interviews and stuff with me, and I'm like, so what's the first one? May 25th at 9 p.m. I'm going to be on a podcast on the Mako LOL is the Instagram I'm going to be on for that live show. The other ones are in the works, but to build off that, like if you're not willing to put your face in the dirt and eat shit for a long time, nothing's going to come from it.
My Instagram is just for my humor. That was my pimping hat today. I paid $1 for that hat just so I could take a picture on Instagram.
Is that a tiger?
Little tiger, leopard, I don't know what it is.
Or cheetah?
Yo, I want to mention this comment. Taber's mom, I need Cuban pink beans. If anyone knows where I can get them and not pay out the nose for them, please let me know. My mom is in the chat. Mom, you hear that? I'm gonna get y'all in contact, Taber's mom, so she can hook you up with the best recipe that you could possibly have for anything Cuban food. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna get y'all in contact. But talking about like what Jordan was saying, that's what it is, man. Like when you shared those pictures with us, my first thought was like, dude, you need to put that out there. You need to put that out there because people are gonna enjoy it, they're gonna appreciate it, and who knows what could come out of it. Today I emailed, for example, a few people that I'm not gonna say names or nothing, but my hope is that they read the emails and we can start, maybe doing something. But most people wouldn't even think of doing that. And then if they thought of it, a lot of times they would be afraid to even do it, which I'm not gonna lie. I had a little bit of fear or doubt. It was better yet, fear in the form of doubt that I should even do it. But I did it. Something and then they were doing a live and I commented and they were like, yeah, I'm gonna check out that email later. So maybe they'll respond, maybe they won't. And if they do, great. But at least I did it. And tomorrow's another day,
Yeah, maybe you guys should have a show just talking about fear in general. That holds so many people back, the fear part. And I'll be the first to tell you, I ran restaurants for 25 years, fast food restaurants, and for about 24 of them, I went out. And fear of not having a steady paycheck, fear of whatever, fear of the unknown. If I can't imagine how different my life would be if I'd have done it 10 years earlier. Went through the very beginning stage of FBA when it was like printing money, like even better than it is now, which is hard to believe. But yeah, fear. You just gotta trust yourself, trust your instincts, especially in the research game. If you're buying, sourcing should be no fear. You can do a little bit of research. Even if you make a mistake, it's learned. The lessons are very cheap if you treat it the right way, understand what went wrong, and apply that to the next one. The lessons are cheap.
That's what, like, one of the guys that basically took me under his wing when I got into the paint game was like, the worst answer you're ever going to hear is no. And he goes, and you work your ass off until you make that no a yes. So he's like, the only thing you're going to hear is no. He's like, it's not a life or death situation. Someone's just going to tell you no. And that's the way I've looked at everything. A lot more things beyond just paint, is the worst thing I'm going to hear is no.
And that group of friends you have, find somebody who's opposite you. So Harlan, everybody knows we go to yard sales, and we look at this a lot of same stuff. We look at a lot of different stuff. But Harlan is like the outgoing crazy dude, and I'm the introvert. And every yard sale today, he asks them, "Y'all got any video games and video game systems?" And I struggle with that kind of stuff. And so the more you see somebody doing it, he beat me to it now because he's so good at it. But I could do that now, but if experience something in person as well. So if you've got people that are local to you that are friends, especially if their personalities are opposite of you, it's amazing the learning that you can.
Yeah, let me just mention this right here. It was a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about flat rate boxes and if you can manipulate them or like change them, like what do you call that word? Yeah, like mess with them. Reshape them, reform them, whatever. And Sue just put a link in the chat if anybody wants to check that out. I had found it too, and yeah, you're not, if you can flat rate boxes, but then if the flaps don't close on like the way they're supposed to close, then they charge you like the weight or whatever.
I have to say, I love that comment that Talbert's mom just wrote. It says, she wrote, "The key is do not give up. If a door closes, look for that window."
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. That's very much in like the things the thing that I'm reading every Monday through Friday. That's the kind of stuff it talks about. Like people who follow Gary Vee and follow different influencers like that, when they're talking about that kind of stuff, talking about fear, talking about overcoming all that kind of stuff. It's in that book, and it's amazing. When I read it, I get fired up, man. And that's it. There's something in it where it says something about the willingness. Once you have that willingness, that's the key. And if the door ever closes, all you need is willingness again, and you just keep turning that key. But the whole thing about going to garage sales and asking people, yeah, I mean, it's something. It could be kind of, and sometimes you even just forget, But sometimes it could be a little intimidating to ask somebody, hey, do you got this? Do you got that? Because you start asking yourself, well, what are they going to think? What are they going to say? Or, they don't have it. You start telling yourself, no, they don't have it, so I'm not even going to ask. But that's, it's just as simple as opening your mouth and saying it. And I've found a lot of things. I've been given things for free. The Ninja Turtles that I'm going to auction off next week, those happened because I asked for them. Like, for some strange reason, I asked for Ninja Turtles, and it so happened that they had vintage Ninja Turtles. You know,
You said something that caught my attention, Alex. Um, you have to ask for it, right? And the thing is that if you don't ask, right, it's like the answer is always going to be no.
No.
Always, 100% of the time.
100%.
Right?
That's what, like, the spray gun company I use. That's what he told me, because I was so scared to ask questions ever. And he goes, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no.
And you know what? One of my favorite things is every no is one no closer to the next yes. Like, you're gonna get told no, and that's something that us, like, people, humans, we cannot stand being told no. We want it. We want it now. We want things our way, but you're gonna get told no. But don't let that stop you. Go to the next garage sale. Ask that person. Go to the next, because you never know. You never know. The next one might be, oh yeah, but yeah, I do. I got some. Got some Barbies there. Look, yeah, I got Barbies.
Yeah, every now and then you get crushed. So last Friday, or maybe it was this Friday, Harlan asked the guy, "You got any video games?" And the guy said, "I had a Wii system, but somebody bought it a little earlier." And then it was last Friday. And then in the chat that night, Chief Flips, his name is Tracy. He's a solid dude. We saw him again today. He lives here in town. He's a firefighter, and he's like, "Man, I got that weed that y'all were asking about." So
That's cool.
that was a lot of fun.
There's always a way to ask questions. Do not ask in definite yes or no question. Always ask an open-ended question. Yeah.
That's something I struggle with. A lot of times I just ask, and it's like I don't think about, that part. I used to be an OPC, right? I still to this day do not know what OPC stands for, but I used to be one. And basically I was the guy at the gas stations in Smoky Mountain, Tennessee, who would come up to you while you're trying to pump your gas on vacation with your family and tell you, hey, you want to go buy some timeshare? I'll give you a bunch of free tickets to Dollywood. That was me. So it was like real cold sales. People, I heard no 1,000 times, but I wouldn't stop. I would go I'll be like, all right, no problem. Have a great day. And then I started learning because of that. See, that's the beauty of it. You learn from it. See, it's the same concept of failure. You're going to fail at the majority of things you do. But if you look at that failure as those, hiccups as a learning lesson, then in reality, it's not a failure. It's a learning lesson. You gained something from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't allow people to fail anymore. We give them a participation trophy. Not winning is not an option and that kind of stuff. Well, you tried.
Hey,
It's you've got to understand that that's a terrible mindset. You've got to allow. If you never try things, you never know what works and doesn't work. You never refine your processes. You never, if if you never try anything new because you're scared of failing and you're going to hear no, uh, you need to go work for somebody.
Yeah, 100% of the time that you don't try, you're gonna fail 100% of that time, right?
Yeah, what's the go? Bring out some Yoda, not try, do. Whatever he tells Luke, no, not try, do. Yeah, even Yoda will tell you the right way. Baby Yoda is just concerned about chicken nuggets, but regular Yoda.
Success would mean nothing if you hadn't felt failure. Failure is a beautiful topic, man.
Yeah,
It does. Failure does make the success that much sweeter. You learn to appreciate, and that's the other thing. Appreciate the journey. You know, this is a learning thing. You got to appreciate the journey while you're in the middle of it. Don't expect everything to be given to you. Then you have no appreciation for it. The work, you know, if you enjoy the work, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, you'll be amazed how much you can accomplish.
Yeah, and that's what entrepreneurs do, man. Entrepreneurs go. You know, they enjoy it. They bring people together. You know what I'm saying? They work in teams, and this is what we've been talking about. All these things, you know, teamwork. We've talked about overcoming failure. We've talked about the positive mind state. We talked about putting other people first, fear, and overcoming that. I mean, that's what an entrepreneur is. You know, somebody who is able to lead by example, and not necessarily lead just because they're the ones who run things. You know what I'm saying? It's leading by example, meaning let's say, for example, I own a McDonald's and I'm considered their leader, and I walk into this McDonald's, and every time I walk in, everybody starts whispering, because everybody knows that when you're in a retail store or when you work somewhere, you know, the boss is the one that you got to be careful with, you know, unless your boss is cool. But 9 times out of 10, even when your boss is cool, you still got to watch out. Well, if that's the case, that means everybody's afraid of you. Well, why are they afraid of you? Because they don't think you're equal. And that's a problem. Entrepreneurs see themselves as equal, act accordingly, and everybody else is equal with them. So when they walk in, this guy just got the job. I'm sure he knows how to mop, but I'm going to show him how I mop. So when he mops, he's going to be like, man, that guy did it. And he owns this place.
Yeah, take a lesson from Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, you know, he's one of those figures that's kind of out there where, you know, he was fighting with the county. The state of California said he could open his plant. The county said, oh, no, you can't. And he told them, well, if I'm opening my plant here, I'll be on the line with my employees. If you want to arrest somebody, I ask that you arrest me. You know, that's a leader. That's someone who was willing to be down there with the team on the line and going to take any kind of negativity. I was impressed with his stand, and the county backed down. They allowed him to do what he needed to do to take care of his workers.
Yeah, that's the truth.
He's
I remember
also actually moving out of California too, but
yeah, he's going to be Tulsa or Austin, the two he announced, the 2 finalists.
Yeah,
that's an awesome example. That's an awesome example.
Go
ahead.
I was going to say the one thing we do as YouTubers that's not great is we have control of the camera, and we show you the things when we're succeeding in the journey, and we don't talk enough about the failures. And I think sometimes we need to. I threw a failure video in about I'm inside now, but the llama's still outside. You know, that was a terrible. But I learned so much from dealing with that llama for this past Christmas. I think we need to show people that, you know, we make bad buys, we make bad decisions.
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
we struggle like you guys do. Just because I've been doing this since 2013 doesn't mean that I got a whole garage full of crap that you know, hindsight's 2020. I'm like, what? I look at some of that. I was moving around this week. I'm like, what in the hell was I thinking?
I was doing all day today going through my garage.
Oh man.
But everybody needs to understand that, just because you're on YouTube, you're definitely not perfect. I'll be the first one to admit that I make, and you need that person in your life. Like Dan is that person for me. Dan, if I mess it up, it'll take like 2 weeks for him to let something go. He'll call me about whatever my mistake is. That's like a running joke. And if we screw up, man, we laughed about the llamas because we both lost money on the llamas for about 2 months.
We do that with each other all the time.
Well, I got a question for everybody. What does partisan mean? Does anybody know?
I don't want to go political, right?
Okay, that's a political thing.
But that's the only way that I can best describe it. No, it's not necessarily political.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You favor one side over another because you're associated with that side.
Gotcha. So in a way, like bias, like being biased. Yeah, definitely. That's a horrible character trait to have, man. Is because it brings you down and it divides you from people, and that's sad, dude. Division, when you divide, division is horrible, man. Unity is great, man. You can't, and even people who say I did it on my own, I did it by myself, I'm the one who got myself up, I was down here and I came up here, need a reality check straight up, because even if you did it all by yourself, somewhere somebody helped you. Somewhere somebody played a role in that. And if you can see the role that everybody plays in your life, and you can have appreciation for that, you can have empathy, compassion for that, you're going to build relationships with people. And by building relationships, your life is going to be a lot more abundant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have so much more, freedom, peace of mind, joy, and it's going to be amazing. A strong supporter of a party, cause, or person. That's what partisan means.
All right, Howard, Mom, don't talk about everybody with big channels. I told somebody today, or whatever I was filming, they were asking, I'm like, I was about the hat. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wear that hat on YouTube, and I'm gonna mess around with that. I'm like, nobody will ever see it. It's just a small YouTube channel, and Harlan starts laughing. Yes, 75,000 people.
I can tell you something, Topper's mom. I like that comment. Because it's just raw. It's a raw comment. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I promise that I will never, ever change in that way. Everybody changes. Change is inevitable. You're going to change. You either change yourself or you let the change you. But what I mean is, I will never be that motherfucker. I'm sorry. I ain't going to be that motherfucker. You got me.
It's if you're doing this, you can tell when you watch channels if the people who are doing this because they care about helping others, and they build their channels to helping others and doing things that is positive, and others that you're trying to be sold to. There's a huge difference. And it's, once you've watched a few videos, it's pretty easy to look at the content and understand the difference, who is a real and who's not.
So look, we're coming up on an hour right now. I know I got a bunch of things I need to do. I know these guys got things they need to do. And Scott, I'm pretty sure you're exhausted unless you got enough sleep on that recliner today.
I never get enough sleep. I'm going to Birmingham tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Awesome. So, I want to say, I don't know. We close this up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm gonna say some final words, and then y'all can say final words, and we do that. Right? So thank you, every single one of you in the chat. Share this. Let's get more people involved. Thank you, Oscar, Jordan, and Scott. That's about it. Other than subscribe to everybody, show everybody some support, some love, be positive, do something with your life, go out there, get it. Don't let your excuses become the reasons for your regret. And coming real soon is going to be some changes for my channel, and I hope that you guys follow along because it's going to be the same me. It's just going to be better, more consistent content. And I love y'all. All right, next.
Just want to say thank you first to Scott for jumping on with us. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat who's here hanging out with us. Also, this Wednesday on Thrifting Goomba's channel, we have that reselling show with myself, John from Nevermore Antiques, and Mike Thrifting Goomba. So definitely check that out. That's at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern on the Thrifting Goomba's channel. Next Saturday is the Bad Boys of Reselling on
my channel. Oh, yeah. Talk about that.
On Alex's channel, Fatman The Flipper. So check that out next Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, live auction, y'all. Live auction. I'm telling you, I got good stuff. Oscar's got good stuff. I'm sure Jordan, he hasn't shown us nothing, but he's got good stuff because I know he's got good stuff.
He's got
a lot of stuff. That's for sure. All right. So next week we're going to do an auction. It's part to do something positive and help somebody in need, but it's also to help y'all, help us, help y'all, help us, help everybody. It's going to be awesome. We got good stuff. Check us out. Tell your friends, tell your family. You do not have to be a reseller to be here. You can be whatever you say you are, like Eminem. That's it.
I just let you know this is a great time to be a reseller. There's so much opportunity out there. Make some decisions now that now that you've got, most of us have gotten higher sales, so invest some money in yourself and your business to make it easier moving forward, because I believe that we'll slow down some, but we're going to stay at a level that's much higher than what it normally would have been because of the craziness with the virus. So investment in your business, take a little bit of the profits, maybe it's equipment, maybe it's whatever it is, to set yourself up for future success. Thank goodness with doing FBM, the paper tape machine and the air pillow machine, holy crap, they are make me amazingly faster. I don't want an employee, so I want to be able to continue to be more efficient. So efficiency moving forward. Right now you have some ability to invest in it. A lot of people have the ability to invest in themselves right now. And if you're not there, keep pushing right now. It's a good time to continue to strive forward because the mistakes get cleared up much faster.
Good words, man. Hey, and my mom was watching your video the other day, and she's like, "That's really cool. What is that?" And I'm like, "I want that so bad." Is that the machine with the tape? That thing is awesome.
I can't tell you how. Whenever I've been using a lot of the 6x4x4 boxes, so I need a 9-inch piece of tape. It's amazing to hit the 9 and the right length comes out. You're not tearing it off. You're not doing anything because it cuts it. You just lay it down and pressing it, and build the next one. And now the air pillow machine, which I'll put it in the video next. You just mash the button and it just starts making air pillows until you hit stop. It's crazy fabulous. Because as many packages I've been sending out, it also saves a lot of. They pay for themselves over time and weight and time. So understand that the more efficient you are, your equipment over time pays for itself because you are faster and able to make more money faster.
There you go. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from the man himself. Jordan, we ready?
Make sure you check out Alex and the rest of us next weekend for a live auction, selling off all our shit.
We're gonna give y'all our shit.
Yeah, we're gonna sell you all our shit.
Seriously,
no, I appreciate you, Scott, coming on last minute as usual, and
That's it. I mean, anytime, guys, I'm available. You guys are awesome. So I don't always get a chance to watch a lot of reselling videos just because my own personality, I work better with just music in the background. So I'm working so much now that. But you guys are all three solid guys, and anything I can do to help you guys I'm willing to do whatever.
And to everyone in the chat, I appreciate all you guys hanging out with us week after week. And yeah, be sure to come check out our live auction as we sell you all our shit next weekend on Alex's channel. I love you guys. We love you, Scott. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And God bless. Stay safe. And wash your damn hands.
Peace.